We go on to somebody else who's really had a rip-roaring ride recently. Founded in 1998, Curro is a developer, manager and owner of private schools throughout South Africa. It's grown into a market leader in the provision of affordable quality private school education, or at least that's what it tells us. Company's Chief Executive Chris van der Merwe joins us on the line. Nice to talk with you as a new entrant now into the Allsy Index, Chris. Curro didn't quite make it into the top 40. I see you on free float number 111 on the JSE, but you are in the All Share Index now for the first time, 8 billion rand market cap company. So it's another step in the right direction.
Yes, Alec, good afternoon. Also great to speak with you again. We're very, very proud of what we achieved over the past year since listing, Alec. And I think one of the main reasons why we experience success is because our business model is a rather simple one, and I think it's sticking to one's knitting.
We have seen Capitec, and we were mentioning it just a moment ago, I suppose from the same stable with the PSG funding as with you. Also question marks about Capitec in the early days, whether the share price rise was sustainable. Are you able to tell shareholders or give them any support from why they should hang in there?
Alec, I am in a closed period, but the one thing that we've seen in terms of historic patterns is that our constant growth rate in terms of learner numbers was more than 20% since listing. Now, if you take a look at our vision for 2020, namely that we want to be 80 schools, we can confirm that everything goes according to plan. We've got over enough opportunities once again for next year. We started this year with 26 schools. Now we're already 32 for 2014. So the best advice or input I can make is that everything is according to the plan to reach that 80/20 vision.
Chris, regarding your operations, give us more details on your recent acquisition that you've done by expanding your presence in KZN with Grantley.
Over the years, we concluded that obviously we want to be in all the provinces, but the three provinces that's very attractive for our kind of model is number one, Gauteng, followed by KwaZulu-Natal, followed by the Western Cape. Now, about that recent acquisition, it was a school situated on anything between 12 and 15 hectares, currently 700 learners that we acquired. And the reason being is that the ethos of that school is purely aligned with that of Curro, and we feel we can turn that specific school situated on that wonderful earth into a jewel of Northern Natal.
Yeah, in Pangeni, Richards Bay, area where there is plenty of money as well. Chris, just on a competitive basis, you've really had a good run over the last few years. And in fact, in the last 3 years, your share price is up by 5 times. But the big competitor, Advotech, is changing its chief executive, bringing in new management. Do you think they're going to be a more of a threat?
Alec, we really feel that there's definitely a place for more than only one or two role players in this sector. Let's call it the private school sector. And over the last 2 years, Advotech definitely expanded their vision by also starting to invest in schools that's a bit more affordable. So I believe, for every venturer that wants to enter in this trade, one has to focus in on that segment that can afford your product. So I think they'll definitely expand in the future.
Oh, but no problem as far as you're concerned. The market's big enough for two of you and maybe more.
Over big enough, Alec. Remember, maybe I can tell you this. So there's 12 million children in schools in South Africa as we're speaking now. And of the 12 million children, 2 million of them find themselves in the LSM 9 to 10 group. So if you take a look at the Curro model, where we only want to, as a first step, reach about 100,000 of the 2 million, I firmly believe that the marketplace is big enough for all of us.
That with Curro's Chief Executive Chris van der Merwe. Well,